has said to Arjuna that in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said to Arjuna that, what was the question that Bhakti is superior? Krishna said to Arjuna that Bhakti is superior to impersonalism. And that means the perfect man, the personality or the personalism is the most. And Bhakti is superior to this. What are the path of Bhakti? The path of Bhakti is very easy, Krishna, because when we start chanting, from the moment we are associated with the Lord. So Krishna personally takes charge in delivering his devotees. Whereas when you go for worship of an imperfectional feature or the impersonal feature of the Lord, impersonal feature is or is the least feature of the Lord. So how you are going to be at the time you have started connection with the Lord, it is very difficult to get the connection with the Lord, the relation. And also, it is very difficult that one works with great faith, attention to sit in one posture, to sit in one asana, to take the breathing, to have your eyes closed, everything. It requires rapid attention and rapidly. And it is not a very easy process that normally each and every one of us think. But what the Prabhupada has given, that is the only Ingli. The path of devotion is nothing but bhakti. The bhakti path is very easy when you take baby steps. Just chanting, inting of the holy name, doing Ekadasi, sees following the four regulative principles of Srila Prabhupada. So, in this way, we can also start our bhakti and we can also progress in that bhakti. And later, Krishna also says about the progressive stages of devotion. What are the progressive stages of devotion? When one lives with Krishna by continuously fixing his one's mind and intelligence upon him. That is the Shuddha Bhaktas. That is Anyavilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavritam. So, without a tinge of knowledge, without a tinge of any activity, it is everything. The persons who are having a continuous relationship, in relationship with Lord Krishna by keeping their mind and heart it every time thinking of Krishna for 24 by 7. So, and these people, the pure conscious people, they are transcendental to the modes of nature because they are satiated by this material nature is one cause. And also, they don't have any type of material desires. So, there is no type of material contamination. So, pure devotees are the devotees who are carrying Lord in their heart. So, because they are intimately connected with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and wherever they go, they'll be always intimately connected with the Lord. See, Narada is every time going and preaching to many people who are not even aligned for that bhakti, but still he preaches that. Because the name Narada came because Narada is a person who is giving Narayana to each and everybody. So in this way, is where Narada is a foremost preacher, and he is the epitome of bhakti. So because he is a pure devotee and he's one of the Mahajanas. And if we can't do this, because to become a pure devotee, it requires lot of stuff, blockage of the heart to be removed. That is because we are having senses, we are every time wounded by the serpents of senses. And we are having, because we are in the three modes of nature, we'll be having that sometimes of passion, sometimes we'll be in the jealousy mood, sometimes in last greed. All the things will be acting on us because they are they are just like the serpent that are rolled to a sandalwood tree. See, if a sandalwood tree is there, by the smell of that, these snakes are attracted. The same way, our body is also like that because our body is also having this six snakes. Because every time the snake will be having, because our desires are unlimited, they will be coming and coming. So these snakes, according to the desire of that, it may be lust, it may be greed, it may be jealous, or it may be moha, paya, many things. Because these six snakes are every time surrounded by us. So everybody cannot take to the pure devotional service. So the next form is that we can the next path of devotion. This is the first and the pure form of bhakti. If you can't do this, you can go with the regulative principles. Because when you are attached to one parampara, one guru, you will be having some regulative principles of bhakti yoga. So you do that regulative principles, and every time remember, if we are going to increase one's desire and ability to remember Krishna every time, by following this by this regulative principles, we can also achieve. That means we can also come to the pure consciousness. As that is pure consciousness is nothing but pure Krishna consciousness. By pure Krishna consciousness, because there is no tinge of any types of material attachments or material contamination. That is, they are satiated from the material modes, or they are transcendental to the modes. So in this way, the second path can be, that is by the sadhana bhakti. That is when you are following some rules and regulations in bhakti yoga, so that you can progress, regress, regress. That is by the sadhana bhakti. And one more type of bhakti is there, that is raganuga bhakti. Raganuga bhakti means it is the spontaneous bhakti. But that will be following when you are having that rasa, because we'll be intimately related to Krishna in different rasas, no? In that different rasa, at whatever the stage we are intimately integrated. So by following the way the rules and regulations also, one can come to this devotional service. Later we can go to the top. If I can't do this, I can't even follow this regulative to principles that are also very heavy, because this is a Kali Yuga. I don't want to, because we are devoid of this. We are devoid of now of our nature of bhakti. So what we will say, no, no, I can't do all this. So then what we can do, we can, whatever the work we are doing, you do it as it is a duty, and surrender all the results to the Lord. No, no. As I am a karmi, I can't give up the results, because when I'm working in a company, I get the salary for that. So I'll be using that salary for our daily needs for the family, needs for the society. So I can't even give up that. Okay, you don't want to give up that. Then what you do? Just offer a little bit portion of that as charity, for donating for temples and different way. So just this, I can't work for Krishna because I need the results. Just only do your work as you are working for Krishna. This is one way. Or second way is, you work for Krishna, and first of all, working and the results are surrendered to Krishna. Second thing is, you work and the results what you are getting. So we have to give up these results for any type of good cause. That may be in charity, that may be in whatever the way, or you may be helping in some doing of some sacrifice, or you may be giving the amount in for construction of temple, or different things are there for doing the results. So it means result of work must be given to but some good charity. And no, I can't do all this. I don't want to spend my money, even a penny. But I wanted to get that knowledge. So one must cultivate meditation, how to remember Krishna, and how to get the knowledge. Or you can read different scriptures so that you can get that knowledge, and with that knowledge, you can go for one-to-one steps. So this is the progressive stages of devotion. And after saying this, now Krishna is going to say what are the different qualities that that will attract Krishna. Why? Because there are many devotees out there, but we are Anu, because we are as a soul, we are very Anu, whereas the Lord is Vibhu. So in that way, the qualities what we are having and what the Lord is having, maybe Lord is having many more qualities. But as we are Anu, we may be also possessing one or two qualities. So that qualities, when they are enhanced, they will be attracted by the Lord. So now Krishna is giving many qualities, nearly 31 qualities, which will be attracted by Krishna by doing that quality, by raising. How we can do that? The practically. There are many practical things now what we'll be doing. What are the main activity? That is, it is whatever may be. So we'll be having here two lakshanas. What are the two lakshanas? Because the characteristics of it's of bhakti are there. So it falls under two. Swarupa Lakshana and Tatastha Lakshana. Swarupa Lakshana is bhakti is the supreme. Every time our mind must wander only towards bhakti. And bhakti is the most efficient method in our spiritual. One engages in bhakti exhibits these transcendental qualities. When he is going to become a devotee in the association of devotees, these qualities are the byproducts. But the actual product, what we want is the intimate relationship with Krishna. So there are many, many things. How the person who becomes a devotee, what are the byproducts? Because bhakti is the primary product. That is the first Lakshana, Swarupa Lakshana. So, by following Bhakti Yoga, God, what are the byproducts? What we are going to get? The byproducts are he must be very kind to all the living entities. He must be tolerant. He must be non envious. He must be free from proprietorism. I'm not the proprietor. The Sri Krishna is the proprietor. He must be satisfied with whatever he gets. He must be in a self-controlled manner. And how he must be never distressed by others because we'll be having trigunas, so we'll be distressed. So how we must not be getting any type of distress because it is only because when we know that this body is temporary, we are the soul when we know that we are in that platform because the soul is there, the soul is going to enjoy whatever is given by this body. So so we must not get affected when we are in distress or when we are in happiness. How we have to be and how these people when they are following bhakti, how they are going to develop of detachment. They don't have any type of because they are neutral, they are pure, and they are expertly. They don't care. They are every time pain free, and they are free from all types of endeavors. So, not striving for any type of results or anything. Because pure devotees does not endure for anything against the principles of devotional service. Because they like only pure devotees, what will be their like? They wanted to enlighten it and all the other parties. Because pure devotee is such a Vaishnava, he is a Paradukka Dukki. So, as the Paradukka Dukki, when he sees the other people suffering in this mud, he wanted to preach them so that they can also come to this Krishna consciousness and they can also become a pure devotee. As a pure devotee, he wants each and everybody to be in Krishna consciousness. So he's unaffected by these material emotions. He neither joys or griefs. He never laments and desires. In this way, all the transcendental, different qualities, equal difference, equiposed in all the dualities, it is satisfied and he's fixed and he engages his mind. So in this way, everything means all the good qualities are in me are from the devotees. So whoever is having me, one who wanted to become a devotee, they are represented by they should develop all these good qualities. That is a Brahmana one. If they are not very strenuous things to endeavor and a good quality. One devotee, he may not be very good at all the prescribed qualities. He may be good at some few of them. So in this way, Krishna says that whoever possesses all these qualities, they are very, very dear to me. So in this way, they ends the chapter because the person who is very, very and also in 12th chapter after it is giving that Bhakti is the supreme to any type because if jnana is there, karma is there, jnana is there, and yoga is there, and bhakti is there. See, karma is there. but bhakti is not there. Jnana is there, no bhakti. But yoga is there, no bhakti. But in bhakti, everything are conjugated. It is jnana yoga bhakti, the karma yoga bhakti, and also Ashtanga yoga bhakti, dhyana bhakti. So different Shata yoga bhakti, chakra yoga bhakti. So different bhaktis are also coming under this bhakti. So if you are going for karma, you are going only for the activities. So no bhakti. If you are going for only jnana, no bhakti. If you are going for yoga to maintain your good health and other things, it is only up to yoga. Yoga Mishra Bhakti is there. So everything when Bhakti is induced, it may be in secondary or it may be in first guna, it is coming to your Bhakti Yoga because Bhakti Yoga is the simplest way to reach the personality of Godhead. So when after concluding this, means Bhakti Yoga is superior. That is by good when we are in, because we are listening to Bhagavad Gita. Because why we all the devotees are listening to this Bhagavad Gita? Because you are having in Satam Krita. Means you are having that kripa to understand Bhagavad Gita. Krishna has given you the knowledge how to understand Bhagavad Gita and how you are going. Because of that only you are in this platform listening to this. And also Krishna develops that within the association of devotees. In good association, one develops attachment for pure Krishna consciousness. And one has to accept a bona fide spiritual master every time, whatever, the one begins to hear and chant and observe regulative principles with faith, attachment, and devotional. This is the and he also requires that we don't need to have any types of doubts in devotional service because this is the absolute path for self-realization and have an intimate relationship with Krishna and devotional service. And this devotional service, it is described in the middle portion of Bhagavad Gita. Why it is given in the middle? Because we know that for the first six chapter, it is karma. Karma is there, how to do with karma yoga. So again, from karma yoga, how to come to bhakti yoga. So in Bhakti Yoga, different parts of Bhakti are explained. Now, well, here, because the practical application of Bhakti is nothing but it is shown in Jnana Yoga. And it is also shown up till certain extent in Karma Yoga. So now we are taking the Jnana Yoga portion, and that is the nature. How this Prakriti is there, who is the doer, who is maintaining everything. Who is the doer? If you see that we are doing any activity, are we the doer? Who is doing that? What is the relation? So here we get the triangle formula. That is, the soul is there, then the nature, the modes of nature, Prakriti is there, and the personality of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So how they are related? This triangle, how they are related, and who is doing the work? Who wants the work? Because the soul desires the work, the sanction is by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that sanction is coming to us by the three modes of material nature. That is, three modes of material nature is again Prakriti. Three modes are the mode of goodness, the mode of ignorance, mode of goodness, and uh, mode of passion. By these three modes, when these three modes are acting on us, we are going to achieve. We feel that we are the doer, but we are not the doer. We are only desiring to do that work. So these three, the main three, the soul means the person who wants to desire, supreme personality, and about the nature. How this nature is going to act, which way, what, everything. So this, by knowing this devotional service, bhakti is the supreme. Now Arjuna wants to ask different questions. See, why Arjuna wanted to ask different questions is he wanted to know what is actually really happening. Because here we up till now we know that bhakti is very supreme. So we are having lots and lots. So what happened is here Arjuna is again having lot of questions. So why Arjuna is having lot of questions? It is not for Arjuna to know because he is a pure devotee of the Lord. He can be known, he knows all the knowledge. But as a common person, so whoever reads this Bhagavad Gita, he may be also having lot of questions. So that questions, Archana is asking the questions behalf on us. So if a leader is there for the group, if some problem is going to arise, what will the leader do? The leader wants to find the solution, and this solution is transferred to the group members so that they follow it and they come out of the crisis. In the same way, here also, Arjuna wanted to give us as Bhagavad Gita. So, whatever the questions later in the coming generations, whatever the questions they may be having also, Arjuna is asking Krishna now only, so that the answers will be given by Krishna directly. So, here the main six questions Arjuna is asking in the nature, or the nature means the enjoyer and the consciousness. Who is the nature, who is the enjoyer, and who is the consciousness? The triangle, the soul, the supreme personality of Godhead, and the Prakriti. If you take it in a triangle, you can find in one type soul, one other type is Prakriti, and the middle head you can find the Supreme Lord. So, who is that? What is the nature? Who is the enjoyer, and who is the consciousness? So, who is the consciousness? Who is desiring? Who is the enjoyer? So, this is the actually what we need to understand. So here Arjuna is asking us six questions in this chapter. Can anybody go and read from we'll discuss today the first section of 13.1 to 13.5.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
chapter
go ahead.
13, Nature, the Enjoyer and the Consciousness, text 1 to 2. Arjuna said, O my dear Krishna, I wish to know about Prakriti, nature, Purusa, the enjoyer, and the field, and the knower of the field, and the knowledge, and the object of knowledge. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, This body, O son of Kundi, is called the field, and one who knows this body is called the knower of the field. Text 3. O Sian of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. That is my opinion. Text 4. Now please hear my brief description of this field of activity and how it is constituted, what its changes are, when it's produced, who the knower of the field of activity is, and what his influence are. Text 5. That knowledge of the field of activities and of the knower of activities is described by various sages in various Vedic writings. It is especially presented in Vedanta Sutra with all reasoning as to cause and effect. Text 6 to 7. The
Enough,
five great
Prabhuji.
elements falls in. Yes,
No, because sixth and seventh it requires a lot of things to say you. So we'll stop today by fifth, eighth, and sixth and seventh I'll take freshly in the next class. So in the first sloka, there are six questions. What are the six questions? Arjuna is asking, what is meant by Prakriti? Prakriti means the material nature. Means what is meant by Prakriti? What is Prakriti? Means what are the how the material energy is going to act. Who is Purusha? Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Gneyam. So Prakriti is the material nature. Material nature means you are seeing no in this world different material nature, the earth, different plants and trees, in trees, humans, everything is there. No, this is because if we are not there, the living entities are not there, then this Prakriti they cannot go on. No, it needs all the living entities, different living entities. So this is the material nature because we are put into this material nature. What is the Purusha? Who is enjoying this Prakriti is called Purusha. Because we are enjoying, no, we want to lord it over the material nature. So we are here. We know this. eh, we know this material world is dukkhalayam ashashvitam. Still, we are connected with that. So we wanted to stay in this world. We wanted to stay in very healthy position to enjoy different. We need to taste different types of foods, different types. All it may be in sadness, it may be in happiness, but we wanted to stay in this temporary world. We feel that this is my world. We'll be in that mood of passion, and also we'll be thinking that whatever I earn, how much I'm saving, how what is this? So everything. Because we are enjoyers. That is, we are Purushas. The living entity is the enjoyer. What he is enjoying? He's enjoying the matter. Some may be enjoying by seeing the different sceneries. Some may be enjoying by having the scented smells, different types of perfumes. Some may be hearing, but some may be very satisfied by hearing. See, if you take a cup of milk, milk, if you see only with your eyes, you can only see it as a white substance. If you can hear it, you can know the qualities of milk. If you can smell it, you can only smell. But actually, how you are going, you can, if you are going to touch with your finger, it will be just like a white substance. But if you are going to drink it, you get the actual taste of it. So, like that only here also means you are tasting, means you are enjoying the cup of milk with your senses, your five senses. If you see that, everything is difficult to explain everything. But when you're tasting with your tongue, you release the taste. So the releasing of the taste or means the enjoying capacity or the enjoying material. So Purusha is the enjoyer of matter. Just only to know different how we'll enjoy. This is only by a cup of milk. I have said this. So we can have a lot of. And Kshetra. What is Kshetra and who is the Kshetrajna? Kshetra means it is a field in which one can act within this material body. Not in this material world, how we can act. Kshetra means a field of activities. See, we know that when a magnet is placed and there is to some extent, the magnetic field is there because when a magnet is placed somewhere, it is created by its magnetic field. If something, if iron needle is there, it directly goes and attached to the magnet because the capacity of that field is there. Like that only, it is one field. So here Kshetra is one field. Who knows the activities of this field is called Kshetrajna. What are the activities in a magnetic field? If a magnet is placed, so it will have some field of a field, so that only it can act. After the field of magnet is dispersed, if the iron rod is there or the iron, because this magnet is only of small quantity, it can attract only a small piece. If it is a long piece of iron is there, this magnet only will go and attach to that iron piece when it is having lot. So now the field is going back, no? So who knows this field of activities? The field is called Kshetra. The knowledge of the field is called Kshetrajna. Actually, Kshetra means this body. Who is the knower of this body? The soul. With that soul, we are also having the Paramatma feature, no? The super soul. Soul and super soul are sitting on a branch of a tree. The soul will be what it will be doing. It wants to enjoy this material nature, so it will be enjoying the fruit. And the other bird will be always seeing this bird. Just like a watcher bird may see the other birds, no? When the Supreme Lord is like a watcher bird, it will be seeing every time this bird. Because two birds, one bird will be every time eating on the fruits, and one bird will be like a watching tree, watching the bird, what it is. When this bird stops eating and when it turns towards the Supreme Personality, other bird, then he will take care of it. Up till that, The bird is individual, it is having free will so that it can eat, it can fly. Wherever it flies, the Supreme Soul also flies with it because they are in one. Soul means it consists of Paramatma and also the individual soul. Two. So again, this Kshetrajna is the field or this field, the field of activities which are to be known by the Kshetra. The activities which are known are called Kshetrajna. And this Kshetrajna means comes to that the individual soul. And also one more meaning of Kshetrajna is the super soul within, because the super soul is also staying in the soul. So it also knows the activities of the soul. So here the Kshetrajna means the soul and the super soul. You got it?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Ah, thank you. And now Krishna, again, this jnana. What is this jnana? Jnana means knowledge. What is the knowledge we need to have? The knowledge, the procurement, how we get. Because when I say knowledge, it comes that from the starting stage, who wanted to acquire the knowledge, who are into the knowledge, who are mastering the knowledge, everything will come when I say the knowledge. So here jnana means the knowledge thing. If it may be in the first, if it may be the different levels in the knowledge. So who is perceiving, who is acquiring this knowledge? What is this knowledge? Jnana. Jnana means it is the perfect knowledge. What is the perfect knowledge? That we are not this body, we are the soul. It is the perfect jnana. So what is the object of jnana must be there, no? The object of jnanam is called gneyam. Gneyam means the object of knowledge. So these are the 5 questions that are put by Arjuna. Now Krishna is going to answer them. Krishna answers about Prakriti means it is a material nature, whereas Purusha, it is the enjoyer. Yeah. Enjoyer means, see, in the material platform, from if one want to enjoy with something, things. So what they will be doing, it is perceived through senses. It is perceived through working senses or by the body for sense gratification. So this is at that time all the living entities. If means all the souls you have to see on the soul platform, then all the living entities are Purushas. Hmm? If it may be tree, if it may be a cockroach, or if it may be, it's a living thing. It is consisting of soul. So they are the enjoyers. So they are all Purushas. Kshetra is the material world. That is the field in which everything is within this material world. That is Kshetrajna, the person who experiences this field of activities is Kshetrajna. There are 2 Kshetrajnas. What are they? One is the soul and one is the super soul. So when I say Kshetra, means this body is called the Kshetra. First, Krishna is answering about the what is Kshetra, Kshetrajna. So, who is the Kshetra? The body, what we are having, the gross body, is called Kshetra. Because we are having 3 types of bodies. What are they? See, as there are 3, if you have seen the coconut will be having 3, living nearly 3 types. See, when the coconut is cut from the branch of the tree, it will be in green color. Then the next color will be the brown color, the hard part of it. Then inside it will be in white color. Yeah. And inside we'll be having water. So 4. But in our body, we are also having 3 types of bodies. What are the 3 types of body? That is one is the gross body, what we are seeing. Because it is having working senses, everything. One is the subtle body. What is the subtle body? That is mind, false ego. Mind, false ego, intelligence, and soul. Okay? These three, when you find mind, intelligence, and false ego, these three are called subtle body. And inside that, what is there? The soul is there. How is the soul? Soul is always accompanied by the super soul. Soul, super soul. Three bodies differently. Gross body, everything is included. Subtle body, mind, false ego, and intelligence. And the main subtle is the soul. Seed, the seed is the soul. It is covered with our subtle body. How it is covered? The mind, intelligence, and false ego. So that becomes a subtle body when it is accompanied by soul. When these three are accompanied by the different senses, working senses, and a covering of the skin, in skin and different organs, it becomes a gross body. So three different. Inside is the soul, and comes the subtle body. Subtle body means when it is having mind, intelligence, and false ego, and the soul. It is called subtle body. And when these five and the whole body is included, it is called a gross body. So actually, kshetra means the body, and the knower, the one who knows this body is kshetrajna. Kshetrajna means the activities of the body are known by the soul and super soul. So these two are called kshetrajna. Kshetra means that is temporary body. To whom this is considered, body is a field of activity. If you say that, it is considered for this conditioned soul, because I am conditioned in this soul. I can only do with this body. I can't go to other body and do anything. So I have to. So this soul is entrapped in this material existence. See, if you take a model, if I have given you many times the example of a car. See, if a car is there and the driver is not there, a car will be in the rest position only. If the driver is there only, it will be moving. The same way, this body is like a car. If you take it, the soul is like a driver. If the soul is not working, how will be this body? It will be just in a rest position. So, according to the capacity, what are the criteria how this body will be working? The criteria will be the dominating of material senses. Means according to sense enjoyment also, because the soul is in such a state that according to our enjoyment, or according to our sense gratification, we are given different bodies to enjoy. So one may be in a body of a woman, one may be in a body of a man, one may be in a body of a tree or something. They wanted that body, so that they wanted to fulfill the material desire. So they have given such type of bodies. So one gets a particular body according to his dominating material energy. To what he wanted to enjoy this sense gratification, or he wanted to dominate this material or not over this material energy. So the Kshetrajna. Now you know that Kshetrajna means one who knows the activities of the body. That is the soul and super soul. So based on, because we know that from the body, because when we are born as a child, we are only fitting to the two arms of our hand, of our parents. But later, there are different changes are there in the person. Yeah, we find no child to old age, there are a lot of changes are there, though he knows many other go. So, there are six transformations, no? Childhood, again to kid, again from that you'll be going towards your youth. After youth, you'll be getting to your actual. Then you are going to get to your old age. Then the later part is the leaving this body. So there are six transformations that are going on. Reproduction will be there. So these are the difference of. So how we can understand that body and the knower of the body. So although we may be having lots and everything, but what we need to know that the difference of body. This body may be changing, but the soul within the body is the same. It doesn't change. Outwardly, this body will be having lots and difference of changes, but the soul doesn't change. The activity of the soul is to enjoy from this gross body. So every time, what will they think? I am happy. I am this man. So everybody, when you go to other person to greet, you'll be saying, I'm so and so. Means you're this body. You're in this bodily consciousness every time. So when now by knowing the kshetrajna, you have to come out of this bodily concept because this is the knowledge what we are going to get. So, and also we know that in the last 6 chapters, the living entity, when it contacts to this material nature, how the living entity is delivered. And this kshetrajna or the knowledge of the field. Who is this kshetrajna? How can he know this? By the concept of jnana, by the concept of knowledge only, he knows who is the field, who is this field. Means the field is nothing but the body. Kshetra, kshetrajna. So how this kshetra we are going to get, how there is a explanation. So here we need to know that Krishna is also the knower. Super soul is nothing but Krishna. Krishna is also the knower of the body, and he is the individual knower. Because Krishna says to Arjuna in one of the slokas, in previous slokas, he says that I know your past, previous, and I also know your future because you are related to me from many times of births. But you don't know. Why? Why we don't know? Because we are not the supreme personality. We can't even remember what we have taken few days back. What you have eaten also you won't you don't have the memory to recollect it. If you are going to stay immediately, if I say you last year what you have eaten, you have to think for a while. So last year on this day what I have eaten. So it takes lot. But we don't remember because it is a natural process. Daily we'll be eating something, empty. So it is a natural process. We may be releasing only at that moment, but we won't remember anything. The same way here also, when you say that you are the knower, knower means Lord Krishna, the super soul is the knower of your body. If it is in the present life, because he knows from past, because he is Sanatanaha. Because Krishna is Sanatana, he knows past, future, your past, your present, and your future also Krishna knows. And he is also present in each and every soul, no? As a super soul. So he is the super knower. And also two difference. That is, what is that? The individual knower is the soul and the super knower. Why I am saying super knower? Because the super soul is in each and every living entity, no? So the super soul is also the super knower because he knows the past, present, future of each and every person. And we are the parts and parcels of Krishna, so he knows everything. And super soul is the supreme proprietor of all the bodies. But only one soul in one body. But there are many persons, but Krishna is incarnating in the Paramatma feature. So he is the supreme. When Supreme Lord becomes a supreme controller of the senses, he is called Tishikesha. The soul is the secondary controller. First super soul is the supreme controller, whereas the soul is the secondary controller. That is what a super soul is infallible. But we are fallible. And when supreme soul is the supreme, and we are yeah only. Supreme soul is Vibhu and we are Anu. Means if you take example of fire and the spark of the fire, we may be representing the spark of fire. But the fire here is represented by the super soul. So he is very superior because we are very, very Anu. So two different knowers in one body. That is the super soul and the soul. And different definitions of knowledge is when we know the activities of the field or when we know the activity of the field. As if I have said, no, our body is just like a field. If you see that there are different components of our body, the circulatory system, the nervous system, different systems are acting. So some are very interested in only that So there's a few doctors are there, the doctors, there are many divisions because the body is one, but they are divided into many parts, and in each in part is having a lot of work. So without that, we can't move. Even to move a hand perfectly, there must be a system, no? We are having some bones and others, so that this hand can be moved. So the same way, the subject matter for the field of activity, the knower of the field is also very minute. What is the knowledge we are going to get? So how we can see the soul and super soul in the same way? Because we understand, no? Then now we are going to come to Prakriti and Purusha. Prakriti is, it is the nature, or what we are seeing with our our eyes daily, that is Prakriti, or the mother. Purusha is the Ishvara. Purusha means enjoyer of nature. Who is enjoying this nature in this material world? We, the living entities. So we are Purushas. But actually, there is one more Purusha. Who is that? The supreme enjoyer. In the spiritual platform, Purusha means only Lord Krishna. All the other living entities are not Purusha. Okay, they may be the servant of Krishna, and they are enjoyed by Krishna. So, in the spiritual world, each and every living entity is enjoyed by Krishna. So, Purusha is only one in spiritual world. That is the supreme knower. That is Ishvara, or the enjoyer. But in material nature, we all, the living entities, everybody is Purusha. Even it may be designated a female body or a male body, they like to enjoy this material nature, so they are also Purushas. Who enjoys the material nature, they are Purushas. So Prakriti means it is a field of activities, different field of activities. Jiva is trying to control this material nature. So this controlling part. So controlling means the Purusha is controlling, and Purusha is enjoying on the material nature. And how? And in Krishna proposes 5 points. In 5 points about how to know the field of activities. He says that how is this body constituted? So I told you, no, three different types. Subtle body, gross body. Two bodies are there. The main is the soul. Soul is, it is different from subtle body. But every time soul will be acting by this subtle body, that is mind, false ego, and intelligence. And how this body changes, because when how this body is constituted of, what are the changes that this body undergoes, how, when the body is produced, identifying the knower of this field of activities, who is influencing the knower. This all these 5 items means the 5 points to know about the field of activity, that is kshetra. Why kshetra? Because this is the body is called kshetra. So this body is having different transformations. What this body is constitute of. So this body, how this body is constituted of, what we know, it's having 5 working senses. Our body consists of 24 material elements. Anybody knows this?
No, Mataji.
No. So our body constitutes of 24 elements, and the 25th element is the soul. So in this way, there are many evidences. So up till now, we know that Jnanam is perfect. And what is the real Jnanam? Real Jnanam is that Lord is separate, Jiva is separate. The soul is separate, and whereas the Lord is separate, soul and the super soul, they are two individual entities. I told you the example of two birds sitting on a tree, and one bird will be eating. The eating bird is the soul, and the watcher bird is the super soul. So these two, this Jnanam means the Lord and the Jiva are different. And this, whatever the composition I have said about the Kshetra and Kshetrajna, how they are different. See, the composition of body you need, the qualities of the body, how does the body undergoes different changes, and what is the origin of this body, and how this means how to identify this body, what are the how the power to know this body. Know this body is the field of activities. So, who knows about this body? Kshetrajna. Who the Kshetrajna? Again, the soul knows what are the activities. Super soul also knows. So, why again he is giving all this? Because the constitution of the body must be known. No? How your body is made. Done. So, this also will be said in the next class. I'll say it's a each and every part detailedly when I prepare a PDF so that it will be very clear. And also, we know up till now. So, Krishna is saying that not only I am saying, but also there are many, many learned scholars are there. So, learned scholars, what they will do, they'll give you the standard authorization. When a person is saying something, way you need to work. For example, if you take a mission, what will happen? You have to run the machine to get the final product. At that time, you don't know how to use the machine. So at that time, what will be provided to you? There will be a manual provided to you so that how to use the machine and how to get the final product. The same way here also. So when we need some information, as for the machine, there will be a manual. So that by seeing the manual or by speaking to the expertise of that machine, you get that knowledge and you are going to get the final product. Alright. Same way here also, by we may be having that, we may know this Kshetra and Kshetrajna, but in complete detail we need to know means at that time what are the things we need to know? We need to approach a guru so that we can understand the knowledge which was given by the Shastras. In Shastras means again the Vedic literature comes. Guru Shastra Sadhu comes because these Shastras are and must be authentic. See, many Shastras are there, but who will get the seed of knowledge? The person who wanted to acquire this knowledge. What is the knowledge I wanted to acquire about this bodily consciousness? What is body? How it is constituted? Why it is constituted? What is the main from where I came? Where I have to go? As a soul, this is as per now, we know that this material energy is dukkha because this is only for the momentary pleasures we are enjoying it. But our soul is very pure, and the constitution of the soul is Jivera Swarupera Ere Krishnera Nitya Dasa, means the servitor. We are the eternal servants of Lord Krishna. And we want to be the servant of Krishna because Krishna loves his devotees. Krishna loves his devotees because they are serving his devotees. Krishna loves more when a devotee is served. So, what is the nature of the soul? It is the external servant of the devotees of devotees. Dasanu, dasanu, dasa. So this is the actual clay. And the soul is in pure consciousness. It is not contaminated. When this pure soul is affecting by the subtle body. What is the subtle body? The mind, intelligence, and false ego. What is the false ego? When this false ego is going to come and attach to the soul. And what is the false ego? First, it thinks, I am this body. I'm not the soul. I'm this body. What are we are in this bodily platform? So we need to understand that we are not this body, we are the soul. That is called the self-realization. Human body is given to us not for enjoyment, but to have self-realization. What is the self-realization? What? I'm not this body, I'm the soul. So from where I came, where I have to go, what is my destination, how I have to go back to Godhead. So these are different related things, how the soul has to be given. So how we can know this? I'm the soul, I may know. No, but no. But when I'm doing some work or anything, then my consciousness is changed that I'll be in the platform of a body gate platform. But I know that I'm not this body. Tehnosmin eda deva eva. Means only I am the soul. And also what is this? I'm the soul in this body. The pleasure, pains, everything are taken by this body. I'm not, the soul is also suffering. The soul is also it is also having all the experience. So for the soul, he wanted to enjoy the pain and happiness, distress, different moods, feeling, willing, thinking, inking of the heart, and depending upon the thinking, inking, if you are very happy, it becomes a happy mood. If you don't want to go and interact with them, it becomes distress. So it depends upon the feeling, willing, and ailing everything about the soul. So in that way, if you are going to see that the soul is will be in every time in pure consciousness, because the we are the only the sparks of the fire, or we are only the anus of Vibhu. We are in small qualities, no? The same way here also, everything, whichever way we are saying, it must be having the highest authority. See, if I want to join my kid in a school, I will see that the school have all the facilities, different facilities, and it is approved by the government, and it has each and everything perfectly given, so that my child doesn't suffer when I admit in that school. So he gets the group and he grows in a nice environment, everything, and it is approved by the government, whichever the government we are. So at that, so we'll see all this point for joining a kid. So in that way, whatever we are saying, whatever we are reading, the Shastras and they must be of highest authority. What is the highest authority? It must be spoken by Krishna in a parampara. And this evidences are there, no? Because Krishna gives us evidences. Although he is the highest authority, he says that Vyasadeva has because there are many Vedanta Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, different are there, no? So he gives us these authorities, means a way the scholar learns about the standard authorities. Who has written this originally Vedas? Vyasadeva has written. Who is the father of Vyasadeva? Parashara Muni. Huh? So all this, because they are coming in one parampara, they are having different having. So these people are transcendental to this material bodies. So they are having higher intelligence, and then they don't they it is the boon or it is the mercy that is given by Krishna to write different scriptures to Vyasadeva. So because what before Kali Yuga, in Dwapara Yuga or in Treta Yuga or in Satya Yuga, you were not having these literatures because their intelligent level was so high that when the Guru is going to teach them by recitation of that, they used to get the knowledge because their intelligence levels were very high. But in Kali Yuga, we are mandas and mudas. We don't have that intelligence to remember such a knowledge. So it was written by Vyasadeva for all of us. But to study the Vedas and other things, it requires a lot of time and effort. In Kali Yuga, our age is only 100 years. And also due to the circumstances of enrollment, it has fallen down to such a low. We may be normally 60 or 70, maybe the average. So in this way, we can't learn each and everything. So the essence of all the Vedic essence is this Bhagavad Gita. So every time when you see this Bhagavad Gita is again, it is coming from Mahabharata, from Bhishma Parva, it's coming to this Bhagavad Gita. So everything is engaged. This is engaged in that because all the things, because although Krishna is establishing his own position as a supreme personality, the highest authority explaining the knowledge is perfect. What is the highest? The person who is giving. Different Upanishads are there, different Vedas, different Kada Upanishad. Many sages are explaining this. there. If one needs to learn that in one scripture also, they'll be having chandas, they'll be having the different means the five alankaras will be there. If we need to say how the sloka has to be read in 1 meter, how the chandas has to be there. So they'll be different how to read the scriptures, how they have written the scriptures according to different meters. These is are written. So every time when you see that, this is the five main states in terms of Kshetra and Kshetrajna is gross body, subtle body, individual soul, and super soul. These four things you have to know. Kshetra includes gross body and also the subtle body. And Kshetrajna includes individual soul, supreme soul. Is it clear, Prabhu? Hare Krishna. I end this section now. And the next, I will be taking how this body is constituted of 24 elements, each and everything in detail.